The first fashion show that I got invited to was in Paris by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Really? It was his couture show. He was the first one to dress me and the first one to invite me to his fashion show. And I also saw his last couture show in Paris. Today's show is very special to me. The artwork, which is the backdrop of this show, is done by this Indian girl called Ritika Merchant. I'm so inspired by her that I had commissioned a special artwork when my son was born. And I had sent 250 prints of that artwork to 250 of the closest people that I knew. So the fact that she's here and I'm here, and this is her first big international collaboration, is so... it's emotional for me. But Dior and me have had an association since I was 22, 23 years old for my film Aisha that my sister and I produced. Dior lent me all these amazing looks and the Lady Dior bag, which was the main bag of the film. It's a relationship that's been on for the last 15 years. And also I love the fact that Dior and Maria Grazia were the first people to acknowledge how much India has a part to play in all fashion houses and couture houses in the world. And they were the first to acknowledge that. I'm wearing the current season. It's this beautiful net black dress, which is draped really wonderfully. And it almost reminds me of like an Indian outfit, but it's not. And it's really sexy. And it's very sporty and cool at the same time.
We are inspired by the outfit, by what we want to creatively do together. And I think that keeping in mind what she's wearing and the way the hair is, I think all of that coming together is how we decide what to do. We're keeping it very clean, very classic, but also being inspired by India and basically doing like a beautiful liner, but still keeping it very modern. We've been working together since I think the day I decided I wanted to be a makeup artist.
She was first a costume assistant.
So I was doing clothes then, and then I fell in love with makeup on that film.
How many years has it been? 16 years? 17 years?
Yeah, almost.
It's very difficult to work with my hair, and Stephan has been doing my hair.
No, you are a dream for a hairstylist.
He's been doing my hair also since I was 22 years old.
We're doing something very simple, very chic, super modern.
Can I order some fries, please?
Yes, because it's...
Like for 3 or 4 people. Thank you. I love Paris. It's such a nice place to be if you're an artist. You feel protected and you feel seen over here. When I have time, I love to go to the museums or the exhibition. My favorite museum is the Orsay. I always get inspired, and every time I go there, I feel different because it's at different ages. My biggest style inspiration is my mother. She was a fashion designer and she was a model. And my sister. My sister's been my stylist since I started work. She's actually a very, very successful film producer. Thank you. Mustard and ketchup with French fries. It's the only way to have it. My makeup and hair is done, and now it's time for me to get into my outfit.
I think that I had this early obsession with dressing my Barbie dolls when I was really young, and then Sonam just became mine. I unofficially started dressing her since forever, and then officially I became her stylist when I was 21. So now it's been 17 years.
Thanks for telling everybody my age.
I'm telling my age now. I think Sonam's personal style has always been exuberant, joyful, and she really has an appreciation for everything that goes into making a moment. And I think that came from my mom and my aunt.
I think she kind of loves the idea of creating a moment, but not on herself. So she has me, and so she does it on me. No matter how uncomfortable it is, I have to just go with her vision.
And I think that makes us a perfect match. We just love to have fun with fashion, and we don't really think so much about trends. We think about what we find beautiful. And currently, I've been really inspired by looking into the archives of the Maharajas and the Maharanis, as I've always been. But it's so much significance to what they did with European jewelers and jewelers that they were inspired by, their craftsmanship that they liked. And I really am inspired by the idea of placing that on an Indian actor. And obviously, I really want to do it on my sister. So I'm excited to work with European jewelers. Since they've been inspired by India, we are now inspired by them and create like a beautiful style marriage. So today we're wearing a dress from the spring-summer collection and a faux fur coat from the resort collection. And I love the filigree detail on the Dior bag. I feel like there's something quintessentially Indian about it almost. And then we've done like a Sahara, a pearl Sahara. It's basically an Indian earring that you attach into the hair to give it support. We've also done a black gajra. A gajra is usually like flowers that you adorn your hair with, and it's very traditionally Indian, but we kind of make it a little badass by making it black and just have some fun.
Thank you for being with me the whole journey.